In the search for Ireland's Home of the Year, we have visited 21 remarkable homes.
My goodness.
Tonight, the judges celebrate the 7 finalists and face the tough challenge of choosing just one of them to be the winner.
We've got 7 fantastic homes that have made it to the final. We've got such diversity, and it's going to be just incredibly exciting trying to pick a winner.
For me, a winning home has to appeal to the head and the heart. It has to function, but it's got to have soul.
A number of homes this year may be envious, and that has to do with the standard of the competition. It's truly extraordinary.
But only one of them can go home with the trophy.
The whole reason we started this was to crown one home of the year, and that's what we're here for.
We've had difference of opinion before, but today we have to agree.
This is the final of Home of the Year. Tonight we are in Palmerstown House, a beautiful 19th century historic home in County Kildare, where our finalists are coming together for the very first time.
We're very proud of what we've done with the house, so it's really nice to get recognition and to make it into the final.
What we have here is 7 phenomenal finalists, and they all stand for something in their own right. It's a celebration of Irish design.
It's amazing to be in the final of Home of the Year.
Today is about the homeowners, and it's a culmination of their efforts in showing us their extraordinary homes, their creativity, their style, their passion.
We're very proud of our home making it to the final. It's a massive achievement for us. We're absolutely delighted.
What's really fantastic about the final is to get to meet the homeowners who've created these really unique and special homes.
But the judges won't get to meet the homeowners just yet. Until they reach a consensus on the winner, they will remain in their deliberation room.
Of course there'll be compromises, but they won't be mine.
Meanwhile, away from the judges, the homeowners have their own chance to size up the competition.
Oh my goodness, it's great to get to look inside other people's homes, especially for a woman. It's nosy.
And of course, there can only be one winning home.
If Alec wins Home of the Year, we'll make sure there's a party.
Very keen to see what the other people have brought to the table.
I wanted the house to be really inviting. Do you climb up there to that?
Do you do all the work yourselves?
About 60–70% of it, yeah.
It's lovely. It's really
Thank
lovely.
you.
A little bit different to mine.
I think we're the ugly duckling.
There's no ugly duckling.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Our front garden is planted with oats. We've harvested it now.
They are all amazing, and for me, it's not so much the properties, but it's the enthusiasm of the owners.
Colin wanted to just put the floor tiles on the wall, and I was like, no, I want an external stone.
And we thought we'd just go a bit wild. There's 3,600 slates up on that roof, and I personally know them all.
Very diverse and very strong, so definitely the judges can be having a hard time.
Ooh, comparing these homes is going to be a challenge because they all have something special to offer. That's why they're in the final.
And it's time to remind ourselves of each one of these homes, and I'd like to start with this beautiful farmhouse in Wicklow. Clever design runs throughout this building, and the clever design is the fact that it's simple. This is a home that has evolved over time. It was a Quaker farmstead.
It's completely unpretentious because the religion of the Quakers believes that ornament shouldn't be used to elevate yourself above anyone else. So they're completely vernacular. They're just what was needed.
If you're going to adapt a building like this, it presents unique challenges for the homeowners because it's only one room deep. What that means is you end up with a very linear plan. It's room to room to room to room. They're all lined up in a row. And I'm actually really pleased that they didn't change that because it would have meant, breaking this form, which is actually the wrong thing to do. You have to keep what's here and just work with it.
When you walked into this home, then you really saw the respect. Those exposed beams, that extraordinary inglenook fireplace with the stove in it.
And the fact that you walked straight from outside into the kitchen made you feel very welcome. Loved the simplicity of the joinery in the kitchen, the nice little doors that were painted, the lovely exposed hinging.
I just loved the way the owners revealed the original colours in those lovely ochre, orange reds.
The standout moment is the blacksmith's forge.
When you were in the forge, you could feel how that had been put together.
It's just absolutely unique.
There's a simplicity and honesty to it that I think respects the origins of this home.
That's why I think it's just a very special home in this competition.
Trying to figure out the kitchen here.
So you have none of these problems in your house?
No.
Because your house is designed for you.
The contemporary home in Dublin is what this competition is all about. Really small, narrow plot. It's a new build, and it just goes to show you what you can create when you use architecture and clever design. It was warm. It wasn't a minimalist, cubist white box. It wasn't stark.
I just think it's a totally unique house and really reflects Alec.
There's a terrace here at the top facing the sun in the evening, so you can sit outside, have a glass of wine if you feel so inclined.
Beautifully thought out. It has aluminium panelling. Architecturally, for me, that's the one that really stood out.
This building to me was about form follows function. So on the ground floor of the workshop, the middle level was my bedrooms, and my living room was the top. And if you like, this house is upside down.
The simplicity of the materials that were used throughout, there was a nice consistency, and you really need to do that in a home that's quite compact.
What I thought was a very clever piece of design was that bookcase that ran the length of the house along the staircase wall. It removed the clutter.
I loved the connection with outside. That beautiful terrace on the front of the building, which was completely private from the street. Beautiful big windows in the bedroom. The owner and the architecture really came together.
I just think everything it stands for, I love.
Next up is the gorgeous bungalow in Wicklow.
I'm delighted this is in the final because this is a very ordinary home which has been made quite extraordinary.
I knew if I wanted something lit at night, it's no use with a white ball, so most of this house is quite dark.
The level of sophistication that the owner had here for colour and texture is sensational. There was a great use of wallpaper, and I just love wallpaper.
And that little gem in the middle, I thought that was incredible.
You could take it that the owner had hand-painted up on the ceiling.
Tell her what your favourite colour is, Karen. Orange. Hey!
And that lovely orange staircase.
Yeah, bit of fun.
The owner is just absolutely on the money when it comes to style.
This home is just about personality, creativity, and perfection.
Well, I suppose that's why it's in the last 7, isn't it?
Absolutely, and it deserves to be.
Are you telling me that you live in an apartment in the house?
Yes, yeah, there's 3 apartments in the building. People are quite surprised it's an apartment.
Really respectful of the original architecture. All the rooms were retained, and then they introduced those amazing contemporary elements. The detailing of the kitchen was absolutely outstanding. The honesty of exposing the walls and not repainting them or recovering them.
What we tried to do was keep the fabric of the building, so we didn't do any painting or wallpaper on the walls. My sister's always saying, when you paint the walls, the house will be really lovely.
You described the upper floor as shabby chic.
The choice of furniture really struck me. It was quite eclectic.
That blow-away couch, there was nothing superfluous.
They had created these beautiful little compositions, and the same sort of attention was there in the bedroom.
This is possibly the most stylish home in the competition maybe that I've ever seen.
That bathroom,
yes,
like being in a big dessert. Raspberries and cream, it was just sensational.
We had to put a stairs internal in our living room.
I like the way you did
so we could have it as an apartment.
It was a fundamental thing they had to get right to connect the 2 levels, and yet they're working within a Georgian building. They don't want to interrupt the proportions of that room.
They didn't build a full height wall, it was a low wall, so you weren't even aware that there was a staircase in that room.
Top to toe, just about the most perfect apartment you could ever have the pleasure to walk around in.
And a beautiful restoration. I just loved it.
Next up, we have this amazing extended cottage in Clare.
I loved the fact that you had no inkling of what was to come when you were standing outside the house.
The skin of it is all about roughness and texture and stone. It's quite grey, and on the inside, sharp, crisp, white, modern architecture. I just loved it.
It was my grandmother's house originally. It still looks like a cottage when you go in there. It still feels quite cottagey.
So I love this glass. It's just wonderful.
By golly, did you have a moment. Jaw-dropping.
I was completely and utterly speechless.
You've got the height, you've got the drama, but it's all about the windows. It's pulling the landscape in. It's absolutely putting this house in its setting.
Yeah, it's a big commercial piece of glass that you
Wow.
see in a skyscraper. It's about 3 inches thick.
The details were there everywhere. I mean, the suspended fireplace.
That brilliant contrast of that kitchen, it was like walking into a different world.
That kitchen was a little gem. It was just the pure simplicity of the design.
What I liked about this home is that it wasn't pretentious.
Which is amazing because it really could have been. It was so architectural. Stark, you'd almost say, you know, next to nothing on the walls, and yet it didn't have that feeling.
And next is this beautifully restored railway building.
This is an old railway building, goods shed built in the 1860s. Yeah, the train used to pull up here.
This home for me is about love and respect because it never started off life as a home. It was a working building and a railway, and yet the owners were up to the challenge and have turned it into a home that for me felt like it's been there forever.
When you open the door, the hall set the tone of this home.
I thought the dining area of the kitchen was just delicious.
The kitchen was extraordinary. It was functional. The materials used just reinforced the walls. Lovely colours and tones and textures in the living room. I think the way I'd describe the style in this home is sophisticated country.
That bedroom upstairs was just divine. For me, it was actually quite a perfect bedroom.
This home has been created in a very respectful way, but in a very modern way, and I just love that.
Our final home is this exceptional architectural home in Antrim.
My favourite place in the whole house is probably the exterior.
This extraordinary barrel-vaulted roof in the zinc, so it looked like a hay barn.
One simple volume, and then everything was happening within it. You had your kitchen, living and dining, you had double height spaces, views through, mezzanine levels, very, very interesting shapes to walk around in.
I loved the playfulness of the architecture. You were immediately aware of it when you walked into that incredible double-height living space. For me, it felt a bit like a blanket that kind of wrapped around you.
Not only are they into their architecture, but they know how to have fun. They have a bright orange kitchen.
The vibrancy of it was extraordinary.
It was bravery of the highest order, I thought.
This home ticked lots of boxes in the competition for me because there were just such great moments. That bridge across that linked you from the mezzanine floor into the master bedroom. And the other moment, which I thought was best in show, was that extraordinary bathroom. So there was intrigue, dynamics, and great architecture.
It's the final of Home of the Year. With 7 exceptional homes vying for the title, the judges must now select a winner. And it's not going to be easy.
What's amazing about these finalists is each and every one of them could be a winner.
I think I would just say, look, it's all equal.
I'm excited about really seeing what the other two think.
The most important thing is personality. I'm definitely looking for a wow factor.
What I'm looking for is the exceptional.
I guess the judges have to sort of look at the home aspect because there's architecture, there's interior design, but ultimately it's home of the year.
The deliberations will be long and hard.
I'm sure there'll be tension. I'm sure there'll be a moment where we're going to take a breather and fight on.
I can see trouble on the horizon today, and I can't wait.
Okay, we're going to have to start whittling down houses, and I think we should start with maybe making some comparisons, try and help make it the right decision.
And the scores don't matter anymore?
I think we should talk about living rooms because they're such an important part of every home, and this is the best for me because it's all about simplicity, relaxing, being at one with nature. They really understood and captured that.
The other one that really stood out for me was actually this one here, the new build. The living space was on the top of the building. I thought that was magical as well.
I thought this was an exceptional kitchen because of the functionality, the materials that had been used.
I can't believe we're talking about kitchens without talking about the bright orange kitchen that we had. That was in the center of the plan. It anchored everything.
In terms of bedrooms, this I thought was quite extraordinary because I loved going up that staircase to that beautiful hall and bedroom. This was a real treasure for me.
Really, my favorite was actually this one. I just loved the color tones. I just thought the beautiful textures.
I'm going to disagree with the two of you because the bedroom in the Georgian apartment is the best for me because it defies what we think a basement is. You know, it's not dark, it's not cramped, it's bright and it's open.
If we were to talk about personality, this is the home for me. Big personality.
Oodles of personality in here. My only reservation was the dark colours that the owner had gone for. I don't know if I could live with that long term.
I thought it was just fantastic, like there was a real mood. That's what the owner was trying to create, that sense of intimacy.
One home excels in terms of clever design, and it has to be this because the whole house is a piece of clever design.
This is new built, and for me, clever design sometimes is much more challenging when you have to deal with an existing build. You have potentially less restrictions because you can start on a clean slate.
No restrictions with this, with a tiny, small plot in an urban area.
I think that this is a complete new build from the ground up.
Now you're saying it's a new build, so it should be clever design.
Correct. That's the point. It should be.
It should be.
Because it is new build.
Yeah.
That's the point. This had absolute amazing constraints.
In terms of clever design, for me, we'll be here a long time if you're going to try and convince me otherwise.
Okay, well, let's move on.
Oh, guys, now go easy.
Someone will have to back down, but it ain't going to be me.
Well, this is really difficult, and I think we need to take a step back now, look at all 7, and start making some really difficult calls, which is what's going to go first.
We do have to choose one to start off with. I'm going to go with the beautiful farmhouse in Wicklow, which really was exceptional, just very sensitively restored internally. Amazing fireplaces, lots of character, but if I was to look at the individuality and the layer of personality, I think there are other homes that have more to offer than this one.
There are definitely stronger homes out there in terms of those key criteria, so I'm going to agree with you, Deirdre.
I think this was an extraordinary home because when you talk about homeliness, this had it in abundance. Unfortunately, I have to agree, this is going to be our first home out of the competition.
It's tough, isn't it?
It was difficult, but we need to move on.
I suggest this home.
No, Hugh, you couldn't do that.
This is everything that this competition is about. It's radical, it's brave, it's unique, it's about the homeowner, it oozes personality. There's not a chance it's leaving now.
We all have to move along in this competition, so I'm going to suggest this fantastic architectural home, beautiful creativity on the outside, that lovely barrel vault roof and the impact it had on the interior. However, that creativity on the inside, I think, could have been pushed that bit further. And for that reason, I'm putting this home forward.
Yeah, this is a great home, but the standard is so high. There are other homes that I feel are stronger.
In terms of me personally, I'm looking around the board and I can see other homes that I think are beginning to form into what I want to see at the top. So it's very, very reluctant, to see such a strong architectural home go. It's what I'm all about, but I think this is the right time.
So unfortunately, another home has gone out of the competition and we're left with 5.
I think there are 2 homes here that are quite similar and we could compare them directly, and we should probably be making a decision on which one we prefer.
That home had absolutely tons of personality.
For me, there was a consistency in this home that was quite extraordinary. I'm suggesting that this home is the next to go.
We have to go with that one.
And Declan?
For me, I would have to send that one through.
So are we all in agreement?
Yes.
And now we have 4 homes.
I'm beginning to think about my top 3. I love the bravery and the passion. I just think that is standout and it should be in the final 3.
I think you can say the exact same, funny enough, for this house.
This one is really bold and brave.
Going to say boldness and bravery. We cannot look past this home.
Equally, so is this home.
But they're all so strong at this stage, we have to make a decision. We have to get it down to 3.
Well, which one is it to be, Declan?
It's extremely difficult, but I'm going to propose this home leaves the competition now.
It really is very difficult, but I agree with you, Declan.
Well, I feel a very strong connection with this home and I'm very sad to see it go.
So we're all in agreement?
Yeah.
And we're left with these 3 extraordinary and amazing homes.
I don't think we'd be up there with the winning ones.
No,
But-
yeah, I don't think we're winning material.
My house is still a standard bungalow. Lovely inside, but the competition is strong.
There's a definitive winner for me. It's not us, I think. I think Brigida's house is amazing. The heart and the passion that she put into it.
Whoever first, second, third, I think for
Deserves it.
everybody deserves it
Deserves
from
it.
what we've
Yeah.
seen today.
Yeah. Whoever
And
wins this deserves
yeah.
it.
We can only have one winner.
These homes are all winners, but unfortunately we have to find the winner.
We have to make really hard decisions here, and for me, this one is edging ahead.
I think we all keep coming back to this home.
Absolutely.
That is the one that stood out for me, and if that's our home of the year, I am absolutely delighted.
So we're agreed?
This is absolutely the right decision. It's such a lovely way to end the competition, meeting the 7 finalists. Absolutely fantastic.
But we get to crown one of them home of the year. It's why we started this journey out, so I can't wait.
And the real excitement is to put the homeowner with the house and see if you were right.
Welcome to the final of Home of the Year.
Deciding on the winner today has been an exceptionally difficult task. But before we tell you who that is, we would like to let you know which homes made it to our top 3. The first home we absolutely loved. It was incredible. It was sophisticated and brave, and it made the exceptional out of the ordinary. And it was the Bungalow in County Wicklow.
Didn't expect it, and I feel it's a great honour. I'm absolutely delighted.
The next home that really impressed us was simple, bold, and beautiful, and it left a real lasting impression on all 3 of us. That is the extended cottage in County Clare.
And we're representing the West Coast, and honestly, that's enough for me.
Well, the final home to make it to our top 3 was romantic. It was charming. It really was idyllic. This was the railway building in County Wicklow.
That feeling when you hear the name of your own home called out is absolutely fantastic. In fact, it's almost surreal to actually hear the name being called out.
But there can only be one winner, and we have decided that the winner of Home of the Year is the extended cottage in County Clare. Well done, well done.
I think it's a great feeling of pride. I mean, we worked very hard and the competition was really stiff. There were some amazing houses here today.
Can I give you a big hug? Thank you. I'm such a thrill for you.
It's radical, it's really contemporary, but it's so clever.
The home is quite extraordinary, and the history of the home and the fact it survived. I leave today feeling, goodness, what an amazing country. We have fabulous homes, and we just need to celebrate them more.
And we walked in, it was like,
This home was quite extraordinary. It was the exceptional.
I was dumbstruck by this home. It took my breath away.
Bang. The senses just do not know what's happened to them. The height, the light, the windows. This home is an absolute gem. It's unique and it's special.
What a worthy winner.
I'm so happy that the right house won.